What's going on, guys? John here from The Real Talk, back again with my final video this time for 2017, and it's one that you guys all been waiting for, and I'm going to be running down my top 10 favorite films of 2017. So guys, first and foremost, this was a very hard list to make, and this year has been great for movies. And just to let you guys know, this list is based on my favorite films, not the best films. For me, the best films are kind of like the ones that are best made, you know, like the top filmmaking and stuff like that. So this one, you know, since it's my channel, I want to talk about my favorite movies. It only makes sense, right? And obviously, guys, our lists are going to differ, and that's the beautiful thing about films, and that they're art, and art is subjective. And I love watching top 10 lists because they're so different, they're so interesting. So with that being said, guys, there is some movies I didn't get to see, so if it's not on the list, it's probably because I didn't see it, or probably because it's just too much to put in, you know, top 10 list. So that being said, guys, I kind of did cheat a little bit because I'm going to be going over my top 20, but I'm going to talk about 20 through 11 just really quick. I'm just going to mention them. You know, so those are going to be my honorable mentions. So those films are Good Time, Dunkirk, Split, The Shape of Water, The Big Sick, Get Out, Baby Driver, The Disaster Artist, The Florida Project, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. So those were my honorable mentions, guys, and like I was realizing that could be somebody's like top 10 list. Like that's how good these films are, and it kind of really hurts me to put some of these in my honorable mentions. And man, it just sucks because it's also great to see how, because I made a top 10 list like mid-year, kind of going over like the films I've seen up until then. Like I think it was August. So if you guys want to check that out, it's on my channel, and it's so crazy to see how different that list is from this one. So without further ado, guys, let's get to my top 10. So starting off with number 10 is Columbus. So Columbus is just an amazing movie, guys, and it's one of those films that not a lot of people heard, and it's actually my first review to cross 1,000 views on my channel, so that's pretty cool. And to be honest, guys, when I first saw the trailer on this on Flickster, I was like, you know what, I had to see this. And for me, it's probably, man, it's tough, but it's probably the movie that has my favorite, like the best cinematography in my opinion, because like, man, Chris Tuckman said it best. He said that every frame, every shot of this movie is like a painting, like a portrait, and I agree with that 100%. And obviously, guys, I do have reviews for all of these ones that I mentioned, except for Split and Get Out. But with the rest of the list, I do have reviews up on my channel, so if you guys want to check them out. So let's move on to number 9. So number 9 is So again, guys, Wonder Woman. I mean, it was I think it was in my top 5 earlier this year, but I just seen so many other great movies, and I think this is my second favorite DCEU film. Patty Jenkins did an incredible job with this character, and for me, it kind of feels more like a war film than a superhero movie. That's how different, that's how, you know, amazing it was. And Gal Gadot, she's just so amazing. She's like Wonder Woman to me. So I was happy to see that they handled this character and the story great, you know. So let's move on to my number 8. So my number 8 film is It. So It is a movie that, you know, I was highly anticipating, but I haven't seen the TV movie up until, you know, before I saw the film, the newest film. And guys, instantly when I saw the movie made for TV, I instantly fell in love with the story. Stephen King just makes some great stories that, you know, I can connect to, and this one was no different. So when I saw the film, I fell in love with it again, and just these kids were incredible, and then just the filmmaking behind this movie as well, just the chemistry between the kids, just everything about this movie. Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård was amazing as Pennywise, and I just can't wait for part 2 to come out in theaters. So yeah, guys, if you guys haven't seen it, highly recommend it. And let's move on to my number 7. So my number 7 film is Lady Bird. So Lady Bird is that film that, you know, was just getting a huge amount of buzz. I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, cool, I'm interested. And then it was the highest, at the moment, at a certain time, it was the highest rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes. And that was just incredible. So I finally saw the movie, and Greta Gerwig just knocked it out of the park. This was her first movie she directed, so what an incredible directorial debut. Just these characters are some of the realest characters I've seen on the film this year, and they're just so amazing. And just the story of coming of age, and it's just the relationship that Lady Bird has with her mom. And man, it's just an incredible movie, and I highly recommend it. So going on with my number 6 is Coco. So for me, Coco it was a long time coming. As soon as I heard about it, I was so excited for it because Pixar is one of my favorite companies working today, and they just knock it out of the park. You know, WALL-E's one of my favorite films. Obviously, the Toy Story, The Incredibles, just all these films have just been well made. So when I saw Coco and I saw that it was dealing with the Day of the Dead and the Hispanic culture, I was kind of worried. But man, they put my worries to rest, and man, it was one of my favorite movies. Obviously, it's in my top 6. I'm so glad that they handled the Mexican culture so well, and it's just very surprising. I've seen it twice, and I've seen it the second time in Spanish, which was for me a little bit even better, and just made the film that much better for me. So it's just heartwarming, just the story about this kid and trying to break some of the traditions because his passion, and it's just a lot of messages in this film, and I really loved it and highly recommend it. Alright guys, so going to my top 5, and man, we just ran through 5 amazing movies. Again, my number 10 was Columbus, number 9 was Wonder Woman, number 8 was It, number 7 was Lady Bird, and number 6 was Coco. Those films, I adore them so much, but these next 5, I adore it a little bit better. So let's get to it, and number 5 is War for the Planet of the Apes. Man, this was such an incredible movie. And to be honest, guys, it's probably one of the best trilogies I've seen in recent years, and that's really rare to see that all these 3 chapters in this franchise are just amazing. They just keep getting better and better. And some fans didn't like it because it's not exactly war for the Planet of the Apes, but for me, it was an incredible conclusion with these characters and stuff like that, and the whole conflict between the apes and the humans. It's just a beautiful story. For me, it was a perfect ending, so that's why it has to be number 5. So going on with my number 4 is Wind River. So again, Wind River is one of those movies that I saw on Flickster, and I was like, you know what, the cast looks great, and I was hearing a lot of buzz on it, and I actually didn't watch the trailer for this, and I went to the film. And guys, it's my number 4 for a reason, and this, just everything about it is amazing. Cinematography is gorgeous. The score is haunting and beautiful. The performances are fantastic. Unfortunately, I don't think that they're going to get nominated, especially Jeremy Renner. He knocked it out of the park. I think this is probably his best performance in his career. And just the story and just what these characters go through. It just, for me, everything about the movie just hit every note that I love about films. And it's still like staying with me. Sometimes I just think about it randomly. Just think about how Tyler Sheridan just knocked it out of the park. He did last year's Hell or High Water, and that was like one of my favorite movies of that year as well, of last year I should say. So yeah, that's my number 4. So going on to my top 3, guys, and man, 1 and 2, if you guys really know me, you guys already know what 1 and 2 is, but number 3 is just the film that I'm still thinking about today, and it was a very great, phenomenal film. It was just so well done, and that is Call Me By Your Name. So Call Me By Your Name, guys, man, as time passes, I'm thinking about it more and more. It was just an incredible movie. From that last scene where you see Elio just looking into the fire, and he's dealing with his heartbreak and stuff like that. Timothée Chalamet, I feel like he should get nominated for Best Actor, and hopefully he does, because he did just knock it out of the park. Also, Armie Hammer was great. Even Michael Stahlberger, which played Elio's dad, he was fantastic, and he had one great last scene in the movie as well. And just the score, the cinematography, and just like I said, this movie deals with that whole summer fling, your first love type of things, and it just does it so well. And it's one of those it's one of the movies that kind of did that more realistically, like you can connect to. So that's why it's got to be my number 3, guys. I just love that movie. So we're down to the final 2, guys. And man, like I said in the other video, where I in my top 10 favorite movies of the year so far, these 2 movies I've always gone back and forth since I seen both of these. I knew that these were going to be my top 2 favorite films of the year, because it's hard to top everything that these movies made me feel, and just I just can't stop thinking about them. I've seen these movies more than twice now, as I own them on Blu-ray. So again, these movies fought for the number 1 spot. Either kept going from number 1 to 2 to number 1. So without further ado, my number 2 favorite movie of the year is A Ghost Story. That's right, guys. So you guys can obviously guess what's number 1, but let's talk about A Ghost Story. Man, this movie is another one of those movies that I just fell in love with since the first time I saw it. I had to see it twice in theaters to kind of just take everything in. And man, just everything that this movie deals with. It's just one of these movies that I can really connect to, and just all these themes and messages that the movie presents are some that, you know, I've thought about before, and just, you know, different type of other movies have kind of brought me to this way of thinking, kind of this perspective of life and stuff like that. And just, it's a beautiful, haunting movie, and has one of the best songs that a movie has had, in my opinion. I feel like it's not gonna even get any award buzz because I haven't been hearing about it, but for me, it's my number two. You know, my second favorite movie of the year. Casey Affleck and Rooney Mara just did fantastic in the roles, and yeah, guys, I'm so glad I own it. I watched it twice already since I bought it. But yeah, guys, with that being said, let's go on to my number one favorite movie of the year, which is
Logan. You still have time.
Obviously, guys, it's Logan. Man, just it's incredible to know that I've seen this movie obviously when it came out in March, and till now. Today is December 30th, 2017, one day before the year ends. And out of all the movies I've seen, by the way, I've seen 75 movies in theaters, and I've seen 64. No, wait, I've been to the theaters. Sorry about that. I've been to the theaters 75 times. I've seen 64 movies and 62 movies that came out in 2017. So with that being said, out of all that, Logan is still my number one favorite movie of this year. I was gonna say of all time. Because it's just the themes that are dealt with this character, and that's what I'm saying. Character, not just, it's not, for me, it's just not a comic book movie. It's more than that. It's obviously a Western, and Hugh Jackman just knocked it out of the park. Patrick Stewart, obviously he did too, and Daphne Keane, which plays X-23, she was great in the role too. It's just, man, it's just, I love how this character comes full circle. Like I said, all the themes that come around with this character, how he's old already, like he's just worn out, he's been through some shit, you know, and just everything about it it's a beautiful movie. Just the score, cinematography, the acting, the directing, and I'm forgetting the director's name right now. I feel so bad about that. You know what? No, we're not gonna do this right now. I don't care if I'm breaking like the fourth wall, whatever. You can hear this little bag of candy. Sorry about that. But yeah, James Mangold. I had to do that because I feel bad about it. But James Mangold, you can see that in the background. James Mangold just knocked it out of the park. And I don't know, I just keep thinking about this movie. I've seen it in black and white already. I've seen this movie a bunch of times, and just, for me, it's just my number one movie, guys. And I'm excited to say that. And it's a movie that I feel that obviously it's a superhero movie, and I don't think, and I'm scared for this now that everything is going on with like Fox and Disney and stuff like that. I'm worried that we're never gonna see a movie like this again, and that's why it's special for me. And that's a whole nother topic, and I know that's a big statement, but that's a whole nother topic for another video. And yeah, guys, that was my top 10 favorite movies of 2017. And guys, before I close out the video, obviously let me know your list on the comment section down below. And like, this is my last video of 2017, and I started YouTube back in February 27th with my partner Audrey, and obviously from there she had to leave, and I've been handling the channel ever since then. I just want to thank every single one of you guys, my subscribers, my followers, and the amazing community that I've been a part of. These film lovers, these cinephiles that have the same passion for film as I do. I want to thank all you guys for an incredible 2017, guys, and I have a lot planned for 2018, and it's going to be a year in February since I've been doing this, and it's been a ride. So I'm looking forward to next year. It's going to be a whole nother, ride, and I just can't wait. So again, thank you guys for watching all my videos this year. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic new year. Be safe if you guys are going to go out and stuff like that. And yeah, guys, if you guys want to follow me outside of YouTube, you guys can at The Real Talk with 2Ks on Instagram and Twitter. And I did make a Stardust app, guys, and you guys can find me there on just at The Real Talk and talk with 1K. But yeah, guys, until next time, I'll see you at the movies. Later.